The story of Pandora's box. Long ago, in the earliest days of the world, life for humans was simple, and life was good. People lived without sickness or pain. Crops grew, animals flourished, and no shadow of sorrow fell across the earth. They even had fire, a gift stolen from the heavens by the Titan Prometheus. Fire gave warmth, light, and the power to shape tools. With it, humans no longer lived in fear of the dark. But Zeus, the mighty king of the gods, was not pleased. Prometheus had disobeyed him, and mortals now thrived in ways Zeus had never intended. He decided that if humans enjoyed so many gifts, then they would also learn the weight of suffering. And so, he set in motion a plan that would change the world forever. He called upon Hephaestus, the master of the forge. With hammer and flame, Hephaestus shaped a figure out of clay. Slowly, the form of a woman emerged, delicate and lifelike. When she was finished, the other gods gathered to give her their blessings. Aphrodite gave her beauty so radiant it could capture any heart. Athena gifted her wisdom and grace in her movements. Hermes gave her charm and a clever tongue. Apollo offered music. The Muses offered curiosity. And the Graces dressed her in golden garments and a crown that glittered like sunlight. When she opened her eyes for the first time, the gods marveled. She was not just beautiful, she was alive with all the gifts of Olympus. They named her Pandora, meaning all-gifted. But Zeus added something else to this creation. Into her hands, he placed a sealed jar decorated with shimmering patterns of gold and silver. It hummed faintly with a power of its own. Zeus warned her in a voice that echoed like thunder. "Guard this carefully. Whatever you do, do not open it." Pandora was then sent down to Earth, where she met Epimetheus, the brother of Prometheus. Despite warnings to avoid gifts from Zeus, Epimetheus was enchanted by Pandora's charm and beauty. He welcomed her gladly, and soon they lived together as husband and wife. At first, their days were full of happiness. Pandora laughed, sang, and brought joy wherever she went. But no matter how busy she kept herself, her eyes always returned to the jar. It stood in a corner of their home, gleaming softly in the firelight. At night, she would lie awake, staring at it. What secrets could it hold? Was it a treasure, a blessing, or perhaps knowledge meant only for her? The thought consumed her. The gods had given her curiosity as one of her gifts, and now it burned in her heart like fire. One evening, when Epimetheus was away, Pandora approached the jar. Her fingers brushed against its smooth surface. She leaned close and thought she heard faint whispers, as though voices were calling from within. Her heart pounded. "Just one look," she whispered to herself. "What harm could it do?" And with trembling hands, she lifted the lid. In that instant, the world changed. A terrible hiss escaped the jar. Out burst dark-winged creatures that whirled and shrieked as they rose into the air. Sickness, sorrow, hunger, envy, greed, despair, one by one. The evils flew from the jar, scattering across the earth. Crops began to wither. Families quarreled. Illness struck where once there had been perfect health. For the first time, humankind felt pain, loneliness, and fear. Pandora cried out, slamming the lid shut with all her strength. But it was too late. Nearly everything had escaped. She fell to her knees, weeping. Then, from inside the jar, she heard something different. A faint, gentle sound, soft, like the flutter of wings, but warm instead of cruel. Curious, she carefully opened the lid again. From the darkness rose a single glowing spirit. It did not sting or curse. It shimmered with golden light, and as it drifted upward, the air grew calm. It was hope. Some say Zeus put hope in the box to make sure humans wouldn't give up. Hope was his greatest evil. This would ensure that humans would continue to suffer for eternity, just like Prometheus. Hope rose into the world to stay with humanity forever. And though people would now face sickness, sadness, and despair, they would never be without the comfort of hope. It became a light in the darkest times, a reminder that even when life is full of troubles, better days may still come. And so the story of Pandora's box is remembered not only as a tale of curiosity and consequences, but also as a promise that no matter what hardships fill the world, hope will always remain. Thanks for joining us at Legends in the Lantern Light. And remember, every story has a beginning, and every beginning is full of wonder.